Today we're going to be doing a fall pumpkin oil pastel drawing. Whenever you need to pause this video, pause it. I'm going to go through it pretty quick. Your first step is to do an oval. Well, oval meets circle, something in between. Please be using a pencil. For this, I'm going to use an erasable pen. Next step is to do the bottom of your stem. I'm just going to do something like a question mark. Then I'm going to bring the ends up almost to meeting, but not quite, and connect the ends, the tip, with an oval. At this point, erase the line going through your stem. You can also add smaller stems on your big stem, or maybe at least one, and then maybe add a leaf going through that, and add the veins on the leaf, and maybe one more smaller leaf on this side. Now, for the lines of the pumpkin, you're not going to start on one side and go the other way. It will not look realistic. Always start at the center of your pumpkin and have a line slanted, slightly bent, going this way, and then another one going the other way, facing each other. All right, then on this side they'll all match this, on this side they'll all match this. So they're all going to be slightly bent, just like your curved, just like your pumpkin is. I'll do one on this side. For the back, you don't want to try to squeeze one in here, but you definitely will see the top of one over here, and maybe the top over here, and maybe the top over here. All right, so that's our drawing. Our next step, and you should be using yellow paper to do this. Our next step is to do orange. I'll do one full area so you can see. We're going to use orange a lot. Oh, no, sorry. First step is outline the inside lines of the pumpkin with brown. Don't do the last ones on the outside, okay? That will look too fake. It won't look realistic at the end because you won't be able to do tones. So just that's it. Don't do this one and this one. Just the inside lines, all right? Okay, so now, as for the orange, I'm going to mainly almost fill in the whole thing with orange. I'm going to do one full section. You should watch this before you begin. It's not completely filled in. If you're using a white paper, which I don't recommend for this piece, then you might want to fill it all the way in and add the yellow. But since we're using a yellow paper, we're going to use the yellow paper as our yellow instead of actually adding yellow. You can still add more yellow, but now you don't want to leave it like a big chunk like this. Okay, you kind of want to get in there and leave parts of it showing, but not the whole thing. And make this bottom area nice and solid. Go right over that brown, so it's not so sharp of a brown. So you kind of want to make it orangey brown. Dull it out a little bit. Okay, that's basically how you do each section. So now that you know how to do it, go ahead and begin. I'll pause and do all the sections. I restarted the video so you can see the top. The top, just fill it in completely orange, those little tiny sections in the back. And I'll give you an idea for those people using white paper, okay, for the yellow. Let me see. So if you're using white paper, you're going to go into each section and kind of put some yellow in the middle, just like that. Okay. Okay. Now with the orange, we're going to do another section of orange. We're going to do some scribble scrabble as our shadow. This isn't going to be the only color you use for the shadow. It's just going to be, you know, a few different colors. So we're going to start with orange. As we use them, we'll add them. Okay, so there's the orange. Now we're going to move on to red. So I'll do one full section so you see. You want to do the top of each section. We're trying to give it this 3 tones. Yellow is the light one, orange is the medium, but we're gonna have 4 tones in this, so it's gonna be extra nice. So we're doing red. Now we're not gonna just leave it like this. This does not look realistic. Okay, so do not leave your red just like this. So use 1 finger for each color. So pick a finger that's gonna be your red finger. You're gonna blend where the red and the orange meet. Okay, so that's that. You're gonna do that to each section. If you find that it's too red, you're just not happy with it, go over the red a little bit with orange. It'll be like an orangey red. Okay, and that can even blend it for you too. If you really don't want to use your finger, you can just go over with orange and it should kind of blend it by doing that. So now do that with each section. I'm going to pause. I didn't finish my reds. I only put them in. I wanted to blend them again while you guys watch, just so if you didn't get it the first time. So you push up if you're doing the down part, and you're pushing down for the top part. You don't want to go into the stem or into the ground. So you blend in the direction that the pumpkin is going. If it's curved, then your blending should be curved as well. Okay, so that's the red. Now we're going to move on to brown. So yes, we did put the brown stems. We're going to also add some brown in the bottom of each section. So you're going to put brown on the bottom of each section, right on top of that red. Not at the top this time, only on the bottom, since that's the very lower. And again, you're going to pick a finger and blend. With the brown, we can also outline your stem and fill in the right side and the bottom. Basically, you're making a sideways L for now, okay? And let's move on to white. We'll come back to the stem in a minute. You're going to add some shine marks on your pumpkin, like highlights, just like your yellow, just to give it extra color. So now it has like 5 tones. The more tones you add, the more amazing this pumpkin's going to look. Hopefully you have a clean finger left for the blending of this. So find a clean finger for the white and soften it into your pumpkin. Okay, now if you have a mustardy color like this, I recommend using this for the next step for the stem. Put this in the middle, like this, and then the top circle, and then you can use white maybe at the very edge. Okay, oh, and then again you want to blend this, so go back to your brown finger. Oh, my brown finger got orange on it. And kind of blend these 3 colors to make it smoother. Use the brown for the tiny stem if you added the tiny stem. And now for the very bottom of our picture, okay, where the shadow is, we're going to add again a scribble scrabble of kind of brown. And not up and down. These lines should kind of go sideways. You want to do opposite of what you did in the pumpkin, basically. Okay, now we're going to use a light and a dark green for the leaves. So first fill in your leaf. Actually, let's fill it in lightly with the light green. If you have a light green. If you don't have a light green, you can do dark green and go over the dark green with white and make a light green. And then after you go over with the after you do light green, you're going to do dark green outlining. Put the lines in. You want to darken up the bottom of that leaf extra, like make it a little extra area. The bottom of the leaf would be darker, okay? To make it look more realistic. We only have a couple things left to do for this project. Okay, to make it look more like, I'll bring my original out again. You see how we put some white in the back, just to kind of give it that kind of impressionistic look, like a Monet and so on. I want you to find a mustard and a white, okay? Or like this kind of sand color. So the white you're gonna put at the left and the top. Be very loose with this. Don't try to make it perfect. You want to see some of the yellow showing through, and use the side of your oil pastel. Don't use the tip. So even this has the paper, I'm still going to use the side. If you don't have a side, then take a paper off, okay? And this side we'll just put the mustard. And that's it. That's your kind of whimsical pumpkin picture. Hope you guys had fun. Thank you. See you again.